is it going today? Wow, that was a really hype intro. I do apologize if I destroyed your eardrums on that one. But I just, I was amped. I wanted to get into it. Had to throw it out there, guys. Anyway, let's get going here. Welcome, everybody, to today's live stream. We've got Metal Detective and Rekrite over on Twitch. Good to see you guys. We also have Mikey Matters, iFlipBurger, Sebastian, Han, Patricio. So many people waiting for the stream today. So welcome to the live stream, guys. Probably destroyed your eardrums there with the intro. I do apologize. Now, before we get into the session here today, I am recording another video on the back end that does require me to not sell the Justiciar armor sets quite yet, even though I'm currently down about, I would say 3 mil for each set. So we're about 15 mil down currently right now on those Justiciar armor sets. Do I think they're going to sell at this price point? Probably not. Do I think they're going to keep going down? Kind of. But I want to keep them for the video I'm making to show you guys an example of a flip gone badly and poor management of your flip. So we're going to hold on to that for a little bit longer. I always try to keep it transparent with you guys. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it today. You guys already know we're going to go ahead and flip some great items here today. It does look like the economy is regressing here a little bit. Definitely a lot lower on the Twisted Bow today than we were yesterday, as well as the Elysian Spirit Shield. It looks like the Elysian Spirit Shield is starting to rotate down a bit. We'll see if it holds that 900 mil price point. I personally doubt it, but who knows? I could be proved wrong. Now, we'll go ahead and list one of these... the Twisted Bows here, not the Spectral Spirit Shields. We're not doing those quite yet. And we'll get that Twisted Bow in there, ready to go. And yeah, let's go ahead and get that done. And I'm also seeing a decent margin on the Scythe as well, although I'm not too crazy about how recently the price has been updated. So when we're actually listing the Scythe here, we're going to list it for pretty low, and we're going to hope it trades in our direction here. We'll give it about... I don't know, a little bit less than a mil underneath the margin, and we'll see if that actually trades in our favor. We've got that all squared away. 561 million GP listed and ready to go. The Dragon Warhammers as well are looking pretty good, so let's actually get those listed. We're going to rapid fire with the listings today, guys. Trying to get those in, trying to get those done. And, of course, we'll get into the live chat here in a minute. John Wallace, good to see you as well. Thank you for tuning in today. How are you, man? Hopefully you're doing well. We're just getting our casual flipping session started here, getting those Dragon Warhammers listed on the exchange and ready to go. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens here when we get those going. It should be rotating up. I do think these Dragon Warhammers are actually coming up still, so we should be fine listing them right on margin for about quantity of 8. I'm not too actually concerned about that. Kokabrew popping in as well. He says, hey man, nice to see you keeping up the content. Kokabrew, man, great to see you. He says, I've learned to flip with your videos, practiced like 50 hours, and now I'm making around 1 mil an hour with a 55 mil stack. Congratulations, Kokabrew. That is literally like, you're right on the money with that. 1 mil an hour with 55 mil. That sounds exactly right. As you actually get better and you keep improving your flipping skills, you actually will be able to make just a slight bit more per hour, but keep doing that, man. Keep flipping up that cash stack, and congrats to you. You put in the effort, dude. I mean, I had the resources, the knowledge, but you put in the effort, so that's all you, man. And, of course, let me know if you have any other questions about flipping or money-making in RuneScape. We'd love to help you out. We have Floor Tile saying, the man, the myth, the legend, Floor Tile, man. So good to see you. Always getting me hyped up in the chat, man. We also have Sebastian saying, started to play OS after a few months. Time to rebuild. Dude, yeah, Sebastian, you haven't been around too much, man. Good to see you again. Thank you for coming back. Welcome to the stream, and of course, we're going to help you rebuild if you have any questions or concerns about flipping on the Grand Exchange. Now, we do have a couple items listed here today. I do want to try and do the, so I just clicked it, the Dragon Hunter crossbow here. So we got a few of those listed. We got €1 coming in from Mikey Matters. Thank you for the €1, man, over on YouTube, dude. Seriously, do appreciate that. Welcome to the stream today, by the way, so thank you for tuning in. It's been a minute since I've seen you, Mikey, so it's always good to have you back, man. Sorry, I gotta get these Dragon Hunter crossbows listed. We're a bit slow on the listings today. I do apologize, but we're just gonna have a good time today. I've heard the economy is looking a little bit iffy. We've seen a lot of price regression on a bunch of items, and there it is, Mikey coming in with the €1, man. Or pound? Is it a pound or is it a euro? Hey, ignorant American here, okay? So you gotta help me out. Regardless. We'll go ahead and get some of the Dragon Hunter crossbows listed in here. Let's see, I've got about 74 mil put into those each, and I think we're about right with that listing. So we'll hope it does an instant buy on us, and we'll let that do its thing. Anyway, Patricio says, hey Scape, could you explain a pump and dump? Can you do it as a single person? Do you have any stories with this? So yes, I can explain what a pump and dump is. No, I do not have any stories about pump and dumps because if I see one happening or I hear about one, I avoid it completely. The only thing that's gonna, basically this is what a pump and dump is, right? So you'll have one mercher or a group of merchers buying up an item over like a 2-week period where they're getting a mass supply of the item. And then they will all decide as a group to start buying up the item for higher prices, which obviously is going to drive the price up. And then when this movement starts, people might be like, oh, this thing is going to go up exponentially high, right? Buy now because it's going to keep going up. That is when other people from the outside come in and they push the item even further up. And then when that is happening, the original group or single person who bought the original quantity of the item is selling that back to everyone else. And then basically everyone is buying at inflated prices, and then they can't get a good deal on the item, right? Because it's just going up so high and it crashes so quickly that they're kind of out of luck. So if you ever see any pump and dumps happening, don't get greedy. Just avoid the situation. It is against Jagex rules to actually collaborate on merches and trades, so you can't do that with other players. It's against the rules, so don't do it. You'll get in trouble. Anyway, so hopefully that makes sense there, Patricio. It's a pound, bro. Not much, I know. No, dude, it's plenty, man. Better, more than $1, so I love it, man. GameStop, AMC, Doge, all pump and dumped, basically, yes. And we have Serze giving us a follow over on Twitch. Thank you, Serze. Do appreciate that, man. Welcome to the flipping team. I feel like I'm off today, guys. We gotta get in the zone, man. Anyway, we do have the Twisted Bow actually going up aggressively on price right now, which is shocking. I didn't think that would actually happen. So let me actually relist for a little bit higher here, try to like capitalize on that. I'm hoping we don't instant buy either. That would be a very bad sign. Been a little while. Got a little something for you. I'm behind you. Oh my gosh. What does Floor Tile have for us today? I have a prediction of what it might be. I have a prediction. There we go. 13,000 vials of water coming in from Floor Tile, keeping the meme alive. Do appreciate that, man. Let's go check how many vials we actually have going on here today. 26 million vials, 100% viewer donated vials, by the way, guys. This was all you. We're up to 26 million, slowly working our way to 100 million vials. Cannot wait to get it, man. Patricio says, thank you so much. Of course, man. Of course. Okay, we're going to do a couple of price adjustments here. We haven't got the scythe yet, which is a little bit unfortunate. So we're actually going to relist this for about right on margin here. Since it didn't buy and we actually had it listed lower than the margin, we know that it's actively trading above the current margin, right? So we're actually going to go in and try to buy one we're actually slightly below on the buy offer, but I think it's going to be in a good spot. Besides that, I think we're good. We should just wait for these next few trades to come through. It does look like the Dragon Warhammers are potentially rotating up in price here, so we're actually going to try to stretch the margin out on those just a little bit here. And we did get a Twisted Bow relatively fast. That does give me a little bit of... makes me a little bit nervous, but I think we're going to be okay on it. So let's go ahead and trade this back on the exchange here. If we can trade this, though, it's going to be bank, but I don't really have super high hopes. We also got the Scythe of Vitur as well, so we're actually going to close that for a quick margin here. Trying to make maybe, like, I don't know, can we get, like, 800k on the Scythe? That'd be nice. Coca Brew says, why do you teach people to flip, by the way? It makes more competition for you in the end. No, again, thanks for the content. Coca Brew, I just love doing it. It's really the only thing in RuneScape that I'm good at doing. People on the channel have seen me PVM, and I'm just not that great at it. And I feel like wow, 2 mil on the Twisted right away. Holy moly, dude. The Twisted Bow, these past few streams, has just been absolutely outrageous from a flipping standpoint. I have no idea why, man. We just had such good luck with that Twisted Bow. Anyway, wow, 2 mil to start off the session, guys. Super nice flip on that Twisted Bow. Whew, I am impressed with myself. But anyway, yes, of course, teaching more people how to flip obviously brings more competition. But I love making content about flipping because it's basically the only thing I'm good at in RuneScape. I've been doing it for a while, so I have a very good understanding of it. And look, we've got this community built up at this point. We might as well keep making some content, am I right? Rapier crashed all the way to 101 mil. Are you serious? 101 mil Rapier? Wow. Oh my god, I'm looking at it right now. That is super low. Now, I'm not super surprised, though. But yeah, that is quite interesting. That'll probably bounce a little bit if I had to guess. Recrite says, this man just made more in one flip than my entire flipping career. Hey, Recrite, this is also like years, literally years of flipping experience, as well as quite a large cash stack to leverage, right? So if you flip and you build your cash stack up over time and you have a bunch of money, then obviously it's going to be easier to make profit as well because you have more access to leverage. All Theater of Blood items crash, says Mega Brevet. Yeah, I am actually seeing that right now. Like, even the Justicia armor sets like we have right here completely crashed on us, but I don't want to sell them off because I'm actually making a video and I want to show a situation gone bad. Then we have Guy giving us a follow over on, where was that? On YouTube, so thank you for the subscription. Guy, do appreciate that, man. Anyway, we're waiting for some stuff to sell off here. We're going to cut back on the rest of the Dragon Warhammers. We're going to put that into another item. I'm thinking we do something like, wow, why is the Hosta have such a weird margin right now? This is a weird flip. Very weird flip on the Hosta we're going to try and pull off. I don't really know what's going to happen, but we're going to go for it. And the Armadillo chest plates actually look really good as well right now. So we're going to go in and flip a few of those. I'm trying to be a little bit more active with my flips today than I typically would be. And I don't know why. I just feel like being a little bit more on top of it today. We'll get some of those Armadillo chest plates listed and ready to do their thing. Also, we'll turn around and sell these Dragon Hunter crossbows too. I think it's a good time to get those off. Keep a close eye on that Scythe of Vitur, though. We haven't been able to get this one off yet, which is not a great sign, to be quite honest. Kokabrew says, like the stream here on YouTube, guys. Let's get it to 40 likes. We definitely would appreciate every single like we could get in the stream. It really does help me out a lot. Gets my content up there with some other great content creators. Also, if you guys are enjoying the content, be sure to join us on Discord. We have a Discord group dedicated to flipping and money making in old school RuneScape. So if you're new to flipping and you want to learn more about it, talk with other people who are also getting into it as well, definitely join us on Discord. And yeah, oh no. That Scythe is rotating down. We definitely want to get out of it. So we're still in a profitable range if we sell it for this current price, but we'll be making very little profit on that Scythe. That being said, the Scythe just updated with a buy price about 1 mil lower from where we bought, so that gives me not a lot of confidence that we're going to be able to sell this Scythe of Vitur even for the margin we have right now. It is possible if things rotate back in our direction, but it's unlikely, so we just have to keep a close eye on it and potentially even pull enough money together to buy another one if it doesn't really go in our favor, right? To kind of average into the flip. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Also, the Dragon Hunter Lance is actually looking like a good margin as well. Looks like the Dragon Hunter items are actually trading pretty volatile today. Volatilely? How do you say? Very volatile, extremely volatile today. I'm not exactly sure how to say it, but there is a lot of volume in them as of right now. So let's go ahead and do a couple of the Dragon Hunter Lance flips. Maybe we'll get 5 of those going, see if we can flip a few of those, and we'll just kind of let things chill where they are. Welcome, everybody, to the live stream today. I hope you guys are doing well. Be sure to let me know ask any questions you might have in the chat regarding flipping or money making in old school RuneScape. Let's make some bank today. We're currently already up 2.7 mil with a nice little Twisted Bow flip that we had right off the bat. Super happy about that, and we'll see if we can get anything else like that going forward here. Dude, the Twisted Bow is just ripping. It's ripping right now. We got to get another one, man. We got to get another one. It's just going crazy. Can we get it for that? That's very high price. If we can buy that, this could be a bad situation if we get it on this, but I do want to see if I can flip that. Hector says, like, good vibes. Thank you, Hector, man. Do appreciate that. Welcome back. Joseph says, do you have any suggestions for flipping while earning XP? I recently found out you can get a lot of crafting XP while flipping gold bars. Oh, absolutely, man. So you know, if you're flipping and you're trying to make gains while you play the game, right? So maybe you're someone who likes to do Slayer, or you're someone who wants to go do another moneymaker while you're flipping. It's definitely a highly encouraged activity that I would recommend. So what you want to do in these situations is you want to flip high limit items that are not necessarily high volume. They take a longer time to trade, right? So items like Amethyst Crystal, Purple Sweets are really good. Grimy Renar Weed is really good. Any kind of potion is typically pretty good, like especially like Ranar unfinished potions. Those flip very slowly. You want to focus on flips that are slow. That way you don't have to maintenance them as much, and you can go make gains in the game while you are waiting for those flips to finish. Hopefully that makes sense. When active flipping with 50 mil, what would be the lowest volume of items that you would flip? The lowest volume? I would say like something that is maybe... I don't really know how to answer that question. The lowest volume, like, compared to, I don't know. You shouldn't really be flipping low volume at all. Maybe, like, Barrow's gear would be, like, the lowest volume, and that's relatively high volume. You want to stick to high volume stuff with a 50 mil stack. Maybe, like, Dragon Javelins. They're not that high volume, so... Okay, this actually just bought out the Twisted Bow. I'm definitely a little bit nervous about flipping this, so we're gonna take less of a profit on this one than we did the last one. Oh my... What is happening? Like, literally, what is happening? Did everyone see how quickly that bought and sold? Like, what the actual heck, dude? I've never had luck like that flipping, man. That is insane. That is literally insane. Well, currently up about 3.6 mil on 2 Twisted Bows, 16 minutes into the stream, guys. Can't complain about that. I mean, that's just freaking insane. Also, we have the Scythe of Atur, which we're still waiting to sell, unfortunately. We still haven't been able to get this thing off. Let's go ahead and sell it for a little bit less. We're still making a profit, although now it's like 100k profit, so we're not really making a profit, if anything. But we've definitely gotten very lucky on these Twisted Bows today. I cannot complain about that. Anyway, if you guys are enjoying the stream today, definitely drop a like. It really does help me out a lot. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. We're flipping up the cash stack today. We're seeing how much we can make. Currently already up 4.3 mil, ready to go. And we need to cut back on these Armadyl chest plates as well, because they're not actually making us much profit. Also, I want to check where the Harmonized Orb is actually trading around today. I did flip these overnight over the weekend, and I was able to make, I think it was a 13 mil flip total. I posted it on Discord earlier today, which was, I was pretty happy about it. I think I could have made actually a little bit more, but unfortunately, I didn't. So, simple as that, man. I think our buy price was a little bit too high on them, and even when they rotated back up to actually go and sell those Harmonized Orbs, they just were not as profitable as I would have liked. Let's go ahead and flip these. Sorry, I just saw the item, the Sanguesti Staffs. Now, the Sanguesti Staffs are definitely going to be a risky flip, considering that a lot of the Theater of Blood items are struggling right now. So we're only going to flip 3 to start. Hopefully it goes well, and we'll actually see what we can do after that. Joseph Baton says, I have about 10 million GP I use for flipping in free-to-play. What would you suggest focusing on as free-to-play? If you are a free-to-play player and your goal is to get to members, then I would focus on completing all the free-to-play quests first. I think that is the best step that you can take, not only for your account, but to set your kind of like your money-making goals up long-term in old-school RuneScape. Completing the quests is going to be the best way to get there. Now, that's also going to give you decent base stats as well, so you're actually going to have some in-game stats. That way, when you get to members, you'll have more moneymakers available to you. So that would be my first goal. Now, after that is complete, you want to focus on actually getting enough money for a bond, and then even a little bit extra. You shouldn't be focused on going like free-to-play to members, and then, you know, going back to free-to-play, right? Once you go to members, you want to stay in members, okay? So make sure you have a good moneymaker planned out that you're going to grind out with that 2 weeks of membership. That way you can afford a bond, because trust me, you don't want to go to members and then back to free-to-play. It is a big pain in the butt. All free-to-play quests already completed. Joseph, man, you're on the first step, man. Or the second step, excuse me. Sirzi says, any idea what happened to Zamaraki and Hostas? Literally no idea. I just saw it on my screen as well. Super funky margin on that. Also, yeah, things are not going well on the Scythe, if you could not tell. So we actually are going to rotate out of the rest of the items we have and try to buy another one for potentially a lower price. So we're actually going to list the Scythe for a little bit lower than the current margin. We're going to try to trade one, and we'll see if we can actually buy one and flip it up, make a little bit of profit. Drop to 10.5 mil suddenly when the spear is 11 mil. Yeah, it's weird, right? Just it's probably someone selling a lot of the spears, or just, I don't know, maybe some natural market activity driving it down that way. Anyway, though, I hope you guys are enjoying the stream today. Definitely drop a like if you are. And, yeah, let's keep going. I mean, I'm just amazed by the Twisted Bow profits we've had today. Also, we did flip 3 Dragon Warhammers for 420k total, which is well, 420k. Okay, I understand. Okay, I'm hip with the lingo, but for only 3 of them, 420k total. That's a lot of money. Good ROI, I guess. Anyway. We're going to try and get another scythe here. I know that the items we have listed right now are not usually the most exciting items, just because they kind of take a while to buy, but I really like to stick to those, you know, expensive, high-margin items, and the reason that is because high-margin flipping is going to make you the most per hour, in my experience, and so far, that has definitely been the case. It also requires a little bit more skill. You have to understand some of the, like, just general tendencies of the Grand Exchange, and you have to be very, emotionally detached, in a sense. Like, you don't want to freak out when an item starts crashing on you and is not going your way. For example, they just issue armor sets, which we're currently down about 15 mil on, although that's outside of the stream, so it's not really related to this. But anyway, let's go ahead and try to get another item going here, guys. I'm trying to find something that we can flip. And I'm seeing a lot of good stuff, but some of it just looks a little bit unrealistic. Like, I don't think we're actually going to be able to hit it for the margins that are stated. But the Dragon Claws definitely look like these are going to work out today. So we're going to go ahead and list a couple of these. Dragon Claws, let's see. Okay, I like that margin right now. I think we can actually fill that out. And we'll go ahead and get maybe 8 of those. If we can flip them, I'll be very happy, but I don't have my hopes up too high because Dragon Claws are a little bit competitive when you go to flip them, especially in the real-time price meta. Let's also do the Dragon Hunter Lances. We did have these listed before, but to be honest, like, they are not really working out for us. Or they weren't working out for us before, so let's actually go back in on those. That looks like a good margin to me. We'll go ahead and set that up, let it do its thing. Anyway, welcome everybody to the live stream today. I hope you guys are doing well. Be sure to drop a like if you are enjoying the stream. It really does help me out a lot. And give us a follow over on Twitch or on YouTube, whatever the case may be. We'd love to have you subscribed and following the team. And welcome, everybody. Also, you can join us on Discord if you want. Link in the description below. I always hate advertising that stuff, man. But it is important. It's another piece of the content. Also, interesting observation that I'm seeing as well right now, guys, is the old school bond price is actually going down. So why do I think the bond price is going down? Well, my guess is maybe some people coming back to the game to actually go ahead and try the Theater of Blood changes. Maybe they had to buy some bonds or they wanted to get something or buy some bonds to actually play the game, redeem that membership. Regardless of that, though, it is interesting. Bonds down about 500k today, and I think that just goes to show that there's a lot of hype interest in the new update, and now it's not really driving those players back like Jagex thought might actually happen. A lot of short-term activity in the game, it seems like. A lot of short-term fluctuations in the player base count, and now it looks like we are progressing a little bit back to how we were before. So I think that's why you're seeing a lot of these items like the Scythe of Vitur or Sanguesti Staff, all of these Theater of Blood items are rotating back down in price because the demand is just not there to meet the current valuations. Just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. And the Bandos Godsword, though, surprising price on that. Still waiting for a lot of this stuff to come through, man. iFlipBurger says, good evening, men. May we be blessed with huge gains. Absolutely, dude. Hopefully we smack some big margins around today. We've already had 2 great margins on the Twisted Bow here today. As you can see, 3.6 mil across 2 Twisted Bows. Very good start to the session, but it's actually rotated and gone really slowly since then. So we actually hopped off that Twisted Bow, and we're going to see what happens with it, but I don't think it's going to rotate too far up in price, considering it went about 4 mil in maybe like a couple of seconds. I don't think it really took too long to actually get there, so we definitely want to be very weary of where that price is going. If an item shoots up too quickly in price, you know that something's going on with it. So always be aware of that. Simply gargantuan profit. Love the vocabulary, man. Absolutely incredible. Now, we are waiting for a lot of these items to come through. Now, this is obviously the more boring part of flipping, especially when you're active flipping. It's the wait, right? So how can you avoid the boring times of flipping and wait? Like, you know, you don't want to waste time when you're playing a game, right? So think about it like this. if you flip over a longer time frame where you're actually logged off or signed off of the game, let's say like you put a flip in and you go do something else in your life and you come back, you can actually make money while you're not even signed into old school RuneScape, which is why flipping is the best moneymaker in the game. And also, flipping, you're not going to ruin your life, okay? Because you can actually go and do stuff and still enjoy the benefits of flipping. And that's why I like it personally as well. Now, we do see these Dragon Claws rotating up extremely fast, so what I'm actually going to do is put a pretty aggressive buy offering on those Dragon Claws, and we're going to try to play the upside a little bit. Looks like a lot are being sold. It looks like there might be like a level of resistance that we're currently looking at, but we're actually going to go in and try to buy 8 of them regardless. We might be able to push through that. We'll have to see. If you do not like the video, says iFlipBurger, you will experience the largest crash in your life. I cannot confirm or deny that statement. You better just like the video just to be sure, guys, okay? Because that would be very bad. Anyway, that Twisted Bow is actually not doing too much. It's currently sitting around a pretty stagnant level. I'm happy we rotated out of it because I think it's actually going to come back down in price. We haven't seen the sell price update in about 10 minutes, which is typically a sign that the item is going to crash, especially when the buy price is continuing to update. Time to smack some T-Bows around, says Saints fan in Van. Absolutely, man. We've already smacked 2 T-Bows for 3.6 mil total profit. We were able to flip 2 of them, which is very, very good. And that happened right in the beginning of the stream, so that was incredible. But anyway, we've still got some stuff listed here. Like, we're waiting a long time for this Scythe of Vitur to come through. Very stagnant prices on the Scythe right now, but it actually does look like it's going to rotate back up again. Currently, we have the buy price scooching up and up, so we're actually going to go in and put our listing in and try to get one ourselves. So now we have one Scythe of Vitur on hand, and we're trying to buy another one for basically at margin prices. It could get a little bit risky if this does not go in our favor, considering how leveraged we are on those Scythe of Vitur. And again, we couldn't succeed on the Lances, which feels bad, man, but we'll actually go into another item to try to make up for it. What's looking good, though? Not really seeing a lot of stuff that I like right now. We don't really have enough to do another Twisted Bow, so I'm not actually going to put myself on that item. I don't really think it's worth pulling up, you know, like pulling our cash together to try and flip a Twisted Bow. It's definitely not something we'd want to force. Okay, I like this margin I'm seeing. Kodai Wand looking pretty good right now. Definitely a little bit inflated in price. We do need to be careful as well, because I believe this is this is a Chambers of Xerix item, so we should be okay. Although those are coming down a little bit in price too. We'll just get 2 of them going for now. We'll put another listing in and try to get some other items as well. We did try to get those Armadyl chest plates before, but they didn't actually work out. The Elysian Spirit Shield's looking like a good flip as well, but it's definitely one that's a little bit riskier. If we get, if we're able to sell the Scythe off, then I'll actually go ahead and try to flip an Elysian Spirit Shield, because I think that'll be good content. It can also have really good margins as well, but again, it's one of those harder items to flip, but I can definitely talk through the entire process on that. Here's another good one. The Imbued Heart's looking pretty good right now as well, so let's go ahead and list a few of those. So when I'm flipping these, like, medium gear items, is kind of what I call them, I'm trying to get in and out of the flip basically as quickly as I can, right? Because I don't want my cash locked up, and I don't want to hold an item while it trends downwards, so I'm actually trying to get in and out as fast as possible. So I'm actually going to go ahead and buy a couple of Imbued Hearts here, and I'm actually pretty aggressive on the listing. I'm about 75k above the current active margin, trying to buy those out. Try a Zenyte jewelry flip for old time's sake. Okay, we can do one. Let me just try to find a good piece that we can do. Give me a minute. We should be able to do the Amulet of Torture for at least a little bit of profit. Those, the bread and butter flips, you throw back in the chat if you remember that. Like, oh man. Amulet of Torture is literally less than 10 mil. That is insane. Oh wow, it was for a while. Oh, snap. I didn't even notice because I never flip them anymore, man. Crazy. Anyway, we'll try to flip a few of these. Why not? They don't really look that great to flip, though. Maybe not. Maybe not. They're kind of like downtrending pretty aggressively, so I don't really think I want to do those. Anyway, we're sitting back, we're kicking back, we're putting some flips in, man. And honestly, the size of the Vitur are really the ones that are giving us the most trouble. I mean, we do have some Kodai ones we're trying to get as well, and that's not really working out quite yet. So let's actually rotate our price up on those, put a little bit of a higher listing in, and try to make a little bit of money on them. Definitely going a little bit more aggressive with our second listing. It might work out, though. Who knows? Saints Fan says, I used to be able to make an easy 3 to 5 mil flipping Zenite jewelry every day before a real-time update. Yeah, so there's definitely the style of flipping has changed a little bit with real-time prices, and we bought that Kodai wand really fast, so we should be careful. I'm going to try to play the upside on it, to be honest. I think we might be able to sell them off regardless. But anyway, you should be careful with real-time prices because the way you flip is definitely very different, and it's not as simple as it used to be. I really want to get some of this money cleared up so we can try that Elysian Spirit Shield, but the scythe is being very odd. It's trading very stale right now, and we haven't been able to get one, although it is going back up in price, it looks like, so can't complain too much about that. I'm going to try to get another one for a little bit higher of a price. Oh, see, this is what I, sometimes, like, you really just mess up every flip you get. Hopefully we can sell this off. No! We might have gotten in at the absolute worst timing ever. Okay, we'll see what happens on that. I'm going to keep a close eye on it. It has been trading, like, sideways for a couple of minutes now, so I'm not too scared, but at the same time, like, when an item like that buys that quickly, it should throw off a red flag in your brain, because usually what it means is you bought in for too high of a price because it bought as quickly as it did. Now, it didn't instant buy, but it bought very, very fast, and it's not a good sign. Okay, we'll keep our close eye on that. Also, we need to check on the Dragon Claws margin here. And look at that. As I was talking about before, guys, with the Twisted Bow, the Twisted Bow just updated at 960.6 mil on the buy price. Like I was saying before, the sell price wasn't updating, but the buy price was, which typically means it's going to come down in price. But we were able to sell off that Scythe of Vitur. Now, it took away from our profit because it doesn't calculate it correctly. Thinks we lost money on the Scythe, but we actually ended up making money on it. Now, we didn't make a lot, but we made some, which is really all that matters. And we're going to sell the Kodai one back as well here. I'm hoping they'll sell for this. Not positive, though. And we're going to cut back on the Dragon Claws as well. I think we've bought enough of those. Be a really good flip if we can actually sell all of those off. And we still have 675 mil on hand. We could not actually succeed on those imbued hearts. It might be worth it chasing it a little bit farther, but honestly, if we missed it already, the ship is probably sailed. I think that thing's going to go up quite nicely in price. And if we buy in for any higher, we're actually going to be buying someone else's sell offer. Or like they're actually going to try to exit, we're going to buy their exit, and we're going to get screwed. So we got to stay away from that. I'm hoping that we can get this Scythe sold off here, but it hasn't really worked out in our favor yet. So what I'm going to do is actually list another Scythe underneath the current margin, and we'll try and buy one and sell it back just like we did before. That way we can kind of make our average a little bit better. See, look, do you see how this doesn't make any sense? How can you flip two Twisted Bows for 3.6 mil in profit, and we have total profit 3.5 mil? Okay? Feels bad, man. It thinks we lost money on the Scythe. We didn't. The reason it thinks that is because we actually haven't sold off the first Scythe yet, so it thinks that that was our previous buy and that was the next sell, but it's actually not the case. I think there's a way you can manually change it, but I'm not actually not sure how to do it. So we'll just have to wait until this next one sells here. Market has not been good today, says Coaster Addict. I really need to stop catching the falling knives. Yeah, that is a very bad, very, very bad habit to have, is buying into an item while it is crashing. Trust me, I did that as well in the Just This Year armor set, but it was actually unintentionally, so these are going to take a while to sell, but that is definitely a big mistake. I understand that completely. I've definitely done it even in my time, and I still will make that mistake occasionally, but it's a little bit rarer nowadays, which is nice. So it actually feels like I learned something, you know what I mean? Anyway, the Just This Year face guard is actually showing a decent margin. Might be worth actually trying to rip a few of those. Actually, no, because we already have enough Just This Year pieces. Maybe a few Arcane Spirit Shields in the meantime. And yeah, we'll just wait and see if we can actually sell or buy and sell another scythe here. We do have a sell offer on the scythe for... We could exit if we wanted, but we'd lose a little bit of money. Wouldn't be a huge deal, though. I think we're just going to wait that one out. I kind of want to give that Elysian a shot, though. Anyway, if you guys are enjoying the stream today, definitely drop a like. It really does help me out a lot. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I'm always bringing flipping content and flipping live streams to the channel for you guys to enjoy. And if you want to join us on Discord, we have a Discord dedicated to flipping and money making in old school RuneScape, and you can join us in the link in the description below. Now, we're still waiting for these Dragon Claws to sell. They're actually down about 1 million GP from where they were yesterday, so I'm surprised to see that. A lot of like weird market rotation, I guess, last night, but it makes sense. I guess people, buying up some items for the weekend. They want to try out Theater of Blood. They're like, this is the same exact thing that we just saw before, and they're selling their gear off as well, causing a little bit of a downward reaction. I understand. Let's hunt for some more good flips here, guys. We have 353 mil on hand. We are selling those Kodai wands as well, which is good. The Dragon Claws have yet to sell, but we're going to wait those out a little bit. The Dragon Claws are not a super high volume item, so you have a little bit of influence when you're holding about 6 of them, but it's not significant. So don't get too crazy with it. But we do have a Twisted Bow margin that is holding steady, so we might try and get that. We could cancel the scythe offer we have and try to go in on that. If I see that the scythe updates in the price updates in the upward direction, then I actually will cancel this offer and try to get the Twisted Bow. But for now, I'm not going to do that. The Whittyish says, how's it going, Scape? Did you have a good weekend? Witty man, it is good to see you. Thank you for tuning in today. I did have a good weekend, believe it or not. It was super, super warm where I live. It's like the warmest weekend we've had all year, I guess. And yeah, it was really nice, man. iFlipBurger says, what mid-tier items have you had success with around like less than 25 mil area? Archer's Rings, Berserker Rings, Air Orbs, Battle Stabs, really good. Grimy Renar Weeds, really good. Prayer Potions, Ceradomin Brews, Super Restores. I like all that stuff. Just issue your pieces if you're experienced, but like if you're not experienced flipping, lower volume items, do not try the Justiciar. But that would be my recommendation. If you are trying to get into lower volume items, start with Justiciar. I think it's a pretty low risk item that is lower volume and you can make some money on. Like if you buy a Justiciar piece and it crashes a mill, it's like not the end of the world. You know what I mean? You should do a show where you can see how much you can flip using only items starting with a certain letter. Oh yeah, to just make some new content. Yeah, that would be amazing. I was thinking like if I did a live stream where I only flipped viewer suggested items. I think that'd be kind of fun. Dancing Smokeskin has given us a follow over on Twitch. Thank you so much, dude. Do appreciate that. Welcome to the flipping team, by the way. And let me know if you have any questions about what to flip with your cash stack, and we'll definitely get you underway, situated, and making some bank here in old school RuneScape. Now, we are kind of waiting for a lot of this stuff to go through. I mean, we do have 353 mil on hand. I have been holding that for a couple minutes here, so we might as well flip something around. The crossbow kind of rotating up in price, huh? Interesting to see. And it actually does look like the scythe is coming back up in price. So that is good to see. We should be able to sell the current scythe we have here for a profit, which is nice. And then that'll update the total profit to be correct. Now, I do want to go in on the twisted bow then. Wait, we don't have quite enough money to do that yet. Oh, now we do. Okay. I was like, why don't we have enough? The twisted bow is going to get listed here. Now, the twisted bow, like I said before, it is looking a little bit funky today, but I think we can actually flip one without too much trouble here. Anyway, we'll keep that listed and ready to go. Everyone, if you are enjoying the live stream today over on YouTube, I would definitely appreciate a like. So smack that like button if you haven't. We're trying to get to 20 likes today. If we can get there, I'll be quite happy. And come on, I mean, we had 2 amazing twisted bow flips to start the stream. Like, you might as well drop a like for that. Or Flipper vs. Flipper. The Lincoln Rog series where they do weird challenges would be awesome to see. A flipping version like that with random rules. Definitely, it's hard to incorporate certain rules into flipping. Like, you can do, like, oh, you can only flip this color item, or only items worth, like, less than 1k each. You can do things like that. It's just, I don't know. Is that exciting? Like, is it exciting to watch that kind of stuff? I don't really know. It might be. I just genuinely don't know if it's exciting. Because, like, not that many people enjoy flipping that much. Like, I really enjoy it. I love flipping so much. But not that many people do. And we did sell the Scythe of Atur off. Thank goodness, man. And since we did get that off, I do know that this thing is rotating up in price. So that makes me confident in actually listing one for even higher in price here. And actually trying to buy another one before the active price updates. That way I can make a little bit of bank real quick. And maybe flip another one before the market reacts to this next Scythe. I'd watch that for sure, says I Flip Burger. Awesome, man. Floor Tile says 100% see who is the most creative, which you tend to be, LOL. Well, I mean, I try to be a little bit creative. Thank you, man. It's hard to find people who, you know, do flipping and have flipping channels here on YouTube. So, yeah, it's a little bit tough. I mean, I'd love to do one with Queen Saraha, but he hasn't really been super active on his channel as of lately. And look, we got another scythe here, guys. We're going to turn this around, sell it for exactly around where we sold the last one. And it could be a 1 mil profit on that if we get it off. So that would be quite nice. May want to update the sell price on claws. Actually, I'm going to wait because the claw price is actually in our favor here. I actually might rotate it down about 10k, but it actually is going to sell. I have been watching it actually these past couple of minutes. I was waiting just because it was just a little bit off our sell price, so I thought it might bump over and rotate and sell, but it hasn't yet. So thank you for the reminder, Saint, man. Do appreciate it. He's always a saint for me to help sell my items, let me tell you. Great reminder, great reminder. Yeah, but those Dragon Claws I'm not worried about, honestly. I think those will be fine. Slowly waiting for some items to come through here. The Twisted Bow just not really going to go in our favor, huh? That's fine. Should we try the Elysian? Should we try flipping the Elysian before we just go in and try, you know, flip more Twisted Bows? Let me know. Let me know if we should try it. I'm a little bit nervous, but we could. It did look pretty stable when I was looking at it, but now it doesn't look like it has a good margin. Could be wrong, though. Let me check the graph. It does look like the Elysian is hitting a lot of resistance around the 300 or 932 mil mark. So it could be a short-term thing, but we'll try it. We'll try and get one. Why not? Floor Tile says, I could sell some bank and we could both start with 1 bill and only flip certain items. Oh, no, dude. Not what you want to see, man. Not what you want to see when you're flipping, dude. Okay, it's okay. I think we still might be able to make a profit on this, but we're going to have to wait a little bit. Dang it. That's not great. That's not a great situation we're in on the Elijah Spirit Shield right now. I'll be honest. It's definitely an item where you want to be very patient and you want to let it, kind of come to you a little bit. That didn't happen there with that example. So it could be one of those items that we have to hold until after the stream, but it might actually work. So we'll let it sit for now. I think it's going to be okay, but it's definitely going to take a little bit of patience. Doral says, I've made over 2 mil in the last few days flipping blood shards. Ooh! Blood shard flips, man. Super nice. And give me 1 second here, guys. Oh, wow. We did get another scythe off as well. Woo-wee! 6.6 mil in profit so far. Those Dragon Claws are selling like I thought they would. Happy about that. Now, I do want to go in and maybe flip another Scythe of Vitur here. And it does look like that Twisted Bow actually might be coming down again as well. So, interesting to keep our eye on that. Let's try that, basically that same exact margin, see if we can hit it again. Looks right to me. And now I will send a text message. Hold on, guys. Very important business text I must send. Yes, yes. All right, we are good to go. Let's get back into it, of course. Welcome, everybody, in the chat. We are currently at about 6.6 mil in profit, which I would say is about average if we were to end the session right now. But it could be a little bit above average for our session today, as we still have another 15 minutes to rip some margins around. So let's get into it. Now, unfortunately, we did buy the Elysian Spirit Shield for a little bit too high in price. But you know what? Mistakes happen, man. Everyone makes mistakes. The problem with it being the Elysian is probably has the lowest volume of the big three. So the big three being the Scythe of Vitur, the Elysian Spirit Shield, and the Twisted Bow. So it's one of those items that's going to take the longest to exit and will have the most volatility out of the three. So you do need to be careful when you are buying these items. And I mean, the Elysian has a large downside. Like, the Elysian in 2018 was like 600 mil or something like that. So we could easily see those same prices again. And the reason we're probably not is, honestly, I have no idea, because there's not that many people playing. It's a very similar situation to 2018. So I'm actually surprised that the Elysian is not worth a lot less. Make it back on a quick Harm Orb. No, the Harm Orb takes even longer, man. The Harm Orb takes even longer, but I actually did hit the Harmonious Orb last night for an overnight. I flipped 2 of them for a 13 mil total profit. Very nice. If you want to go check that out, by the way, you want to see that flip, check it out in the Discord, link in the description below, or you can wait for the video that will be coming out on Wednesday, which will actually go over that as well. So you can either go cheat and look at the Discord, or you can wait. Also, the Twisted Bow, looks like the price updated on that a little bit, and it is going back down. It's actually going back down to where we flipped the first one, so interesting. We have Jay Hefner in the chat. He says, what's good, man? How are you? I'm doing well, Jay. It's so good to see you, man. Welcome to the live stream. Hopefully you are enjoying it so far, but I know you do, because you always come back and say what's up. So, Jay, man, good to see you. How you been? How have your flipping gains been? Let me know in the chat, man. And yeah, we're going to wait for that Elysian. It's probably not going to sell off before the end of the stream, like, I'll be quite honest. But if it does, very nice. Coaster Addict says, LA won't go down because of the Inferno. I've seen it more akin to the Third Age stuff. Oh, that's actually a good point. I kind of forgot about that. That makes complete sense. Thank you, Coaster, for clearing that up. That's true. There's a lot of demand for the LA because of the Inferno. It's a really great point. Floor Tile says, make y'all a deal. Get to the man to 30 likes, and I'll do a 3 mil giveaway to the watchers. Ooh. You heard of the man, guys. And you don't have much time. You only got 10 minutes. So, 15 more likes over on YouTube, and we will be dropping 3 mil, I guess. So, drop a like if you're enjoying. If you want to potentially win 3 mil, then definitely do that. And if Floor Tile runs away and tries to scam you guys, I'll drop the 3 mil. Don't worry. Anyway, let's keep going here and keep an eye on all of our margins. We do have 355 mil, which we should probably put into an item. I just really don't know what to flip. nothing's really looking that tasty, you know what I mean? You know, you like see all these items you want to flip, but like none of them actually look good enough to try. It's like you go to... Oh! No way! Word? Okay. Okay. Wow. I did not expect that. I did not expect that. I'll tell you that right now. On my way, YouTube, says Jay. Jay also saying he's just busy with school. No worries, man. No worries. Well, I never scammed my boy Scape. Been watching too many years. Hearts in the chat, man. Hearts in the chat. Love it, dude. And thank you for the continued support, man. Seriously. Appreciate that. Literally, like, no amounts of money you could ever donate. Like, the money is not worth it. Like, if you have a loyal viewer, that's way more. You can't buy a loyal viewer, man. You can't. You can't. So, I do appreciate it. Also, since COVID measures, they're easing up. There's more in real life stuff to do. Jay, tell me about it. That's why my uploads have been mad inconsistent, guys. I do apologize. The world is reopening, and I haven't been uploading because I've just been having a great time in the real world. I know. It's unbelievable. Escapenomics going outside. You can't even picture it because you just can't. Just look at me. You can't even picture it. And wow, Rage Virus gifting a sub to Jay. Rage always, every time Rage gets here, he's gifting something, man. That's how he makes his appearance. He like steps in, he's got the jacket out with the dollar bills underneath, I guess. I don't know. But Rage, it's good to see you, man. Thank you for the gifted to Jay, man. I'm sure he really appreciates that, man. Bradley says, ew, outside. Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. Gyroscope says, meanwhile in Canada, we have perpetual lockdown. Soon in Canada, you will be free. I promise. I promise. Also, Ellie was 350 mil-ish in 2017 when Inferno came out, and it's just been on a tear since then. Yeah, I mean, you should expect natural pullbacks in items, right? Like, that's, you know, that'll happen. Let's actually play, we'll go into another item here instead. Maybe the Twisted Bow, because we were flipping that Twisted Bow before, and it actually did hold this price point fairly well. So we'll actually see if we can get another one for that same exact price. Hopefully it doesn't instant buy. Fingers crossed, man. Do appreciate that, guys. 33 people over on YouTube and 12 on Twitch. Welcome, everybody, to the stream today. Hopefully you guys are doing well. By the way, if you're not with us in our Discord group, we have a Discord group dedicated to flipping and money making in old school RuneScape. So if you are new to flipping, you want to learn more about it, or if you're not new to flipping and you just want to talk to someone who has a little bit of flipping experience, then join us on Discord, man. We'd love to have you, and I'm open to answering any DMs that you might have. JCP says, maybe flip Spectrals. We could flip Spectrals. I don't really see a good margin on them. Well, actually, they do look like a decent margin right now. I feel like they're going to take too long before the end. Now, I'm going to avoid that for now. I don't think we're going to be able to hit that margin. That's the problem. Like, when you see a margin update and it's, like, way bigger than it should be, it typically means it's going to run away from you. The Discord is bussin', says I Flip Burger. Dude, you phrase things in the funniest way, man. It cracks me up. But it is bussin', I'll say. Floor Tile says, let's get 10 more likes so I can give away 3 mil. Yes, yeah, we're doing a 3 mil giveaway if we get to 30 likes by the end of the stream. So definitely drop a like if you're just popping in. Help out the community a little bit, man. And maybe you could win the 3 mil. Who knows? Who knows? We're currently at an 8.1 mil profit, though, which is very solid. And the Twisted Bow rotated back up, so we missed it again. Shoot. And the Scythe is not buying up either, which I'm actually surprised, because we're not that far off the margin on those. And we're going to knock the rest of the Dragon Claws down just a little bit. We're still in profit on those, but just taking a little bit too long. Still 1.2 mil left in the stack. Is this a real margin? Let's see. And Han giving us the 2 months of membership. Appreciate it, man. Well, thank you for sticking with the flipping team, man, giving us a little bit of loyalty over there on YouTube. We do appreciate it, man. Anyway, waiting for some items to come through, guys. Pretty standard flipping activity, right? Waiting. I'm sure we've all done it. I'm sure we have. And hopefully you're not waiting and back holding an item, because that would be absolutely terrible. Never a good feeling when you're doing that. We're actually going to go in for another Ellie. And the Dragon Claws sold off. Currently at an 8.4 mil profit. Very solid session so far. No luck on flipping anything else, really, though. Since, like, we flipped the Ellie. I mean, we can't be upset about that. 1.5 mil Ellie flip, that's pretty good. For an active session, that's a pretty good Ellie flip. Typically, if you're flipping them over, like, an hour time frame, you're looking for, like, a 2 to 3 mil profit. Just keep that in mind. Not back holding Arcane and Arcane. Dang, Bradley, man. It's a bad feeling, isn't it, dude? It's like you can't sell it, you can't get your money back, you gotta wait. And you honestly, you're just hoping. You're like, I hope this goes back up to where I need it to be. It's never fun to do that, man. Anyway, we'll try and rip a Twisted Bow here towards the end, because the Twisted Bow is actually realistically going to flip faster, so I think that's worthwhile. That's gonna be too high. We can't buy for that. Looks good to me. When is the overnight flipping guide due? It was due literally 3 months ago, dude. I'll make it. Don't worry. I'm working on a this like new flipping series right now, which has taken some effort, but I will make that overnight video. Because the problem is I only flip on like one main account typically, and I don't take the money off the main that much. So the problem with that is I don't really have two accounts to record separate pieces of content on, which I know is an issue. I just need to become a little bit wealthier in the game, and then I can do that. But I'm not there yet. So what I mean by that is I'd have one alt account where I'd film one series, and I'd have my other account where I do the live streams and, you know, those one-off videos, right? Like the overnight guides. So I need that. It was, yeah, Coca Brew is due a long time ago. But I do have a couple overnight guides on my channel. If you haven't seen them already, definitely check them out, man. And, yeah, we're just waiting, sitting back currently at an 8.4 mil an hour profit. Or, sorry, I mean, I guess an hour, because we've only been live for 56 minutes here. Our session timer is actually a little bit off. The reason that is because I obviously opened the RuneLite client before I started the stream. But currently, we're at 8.4 mil. Very good profit, considering we're almost at the end here. Another Twisted Bow would be nice, but I don't think we're going to get one before the end. It is possible, though. Whew. See, this is the only boring part about flipping. I mean, we can talk about flipping all you want, but at the end of the day, sometimes you just gotta wait for the trades to go in your favor, and you're just waiting for that money to come in. But you can't argue that flipping is one of the best money makers. I mean, like, come on, these past few sessions, we've been ripping profit. 8.4 mil, that is pretty solid for an hour, I would say. Very happy about that. That rivals some of the best money making in game, and the flipping is by far the best money maker in the game, by the way. Because the cash stack, but you can basically have unlimited money in RuneScape, right? So the cash stack is the limiting factor in how much money you can make. And if you can have unlimited money, then you can have unlimited potential profit. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. But it's probably not the best way to describe it, but you'll understand, right? The more money you have, the more money you can make. So as you make more money, you make more money per hour. And it kind of, you know, it's an uptrend, okay? It's an uptrend. I'm sure you understand. And, yeah, I don't know if we're actually going to be able to buy this Twisted Bow. It's actually doing some funky stuff. Like, it looks like it's going to go down, and then it starts going back up, and then it looks like it's going to go down again. Currently, it looks like it's going to go down, but I have my offer listed in, and we haven't filled it yet. So, just a thought. Slowly waiting. Bradley says, basically, the rich get richer, LOL. Yes, that's basically right. It's not even like the richer get richer necessarily. It is, like, yes, that is correct, but it's more like the people who have been no-lifing this game for so long are getting richer, so. you know, take that as you will, right? You know, I mean, I've definitely put a lot of time into this game, I'll tell you that. But yeah, I mean, the more time you play, the more wealth you're obviously going to accumulate, and the better it's going to be. Anyway, we're going to cut it there, guys. I don't even think we're going to be able to... Oh, yeah, we can. Okay. Anyway, regardless, we have Floor Tile saying, gotta start poor somehow. Poor flipping creates the rich. Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. I mean, look, I know I say it literally every stream, but I started flipping with a 9 mil cash stack back in the day, guys. And now I currently have about over 3 billion GP. So, feels pretty good. But anyway, we've come up on a major bag in old school RuneScape. But have a good day, man, says a White King. A White King, man. Good to see you. But yeah, we're going to sign it off here, guys. We did end up making 8.4 mil in profit today. Really solid session on the Twisted Bows and the Scythes of Etur as well. Really worked out. We also have the Elysian Spirit Shield. Looks pretty good with a 1.5 mil profit. And 490k across 6 Dragon Claws and 420k across 3 Dragon Warhammers. 3. So pretty nice on that as well. Anyway, we're going to sign it off here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.